Hello, pirates. Hello, friends of Pirate Chain. And hello, everyone else who is joining to watch this video about our price charts. Yes, Pirate Chain against the USDT, as well as against the BTC. I'm sharing my screen now. My name is E. Giuliano, and it's the 8th of June, 2021. We are in peak FUD season. Oh yeah, sing it with me. BTC USD at a whopping 32,000 and change. Isn't that wild? Yes, but not completely unexpected. I haven't done many BTC videos, but I plan to do another one. And I'm going to first, though, enjoy some Pirate Chain price charts. Friends, thanks for liking the video. Definitely thanks for leaving comments. And yeah, if you share this video, much appreciated. And all of you who have subscribed already, my hands are palms together in thanks and appreciation. And to those of you watching who haven't subscribed yet, get on it. If you're watching at 1.5 or 1.75x speed, then brrr, here we go. And if you're in 1.0x speed, well then, hey, at least you're keeping up with the pace of reality. So let's see if we can figure out the reality of the charts. The first thing we'll do is look at the Pirate Chain, and we're going to look at it against BTC. So our BTC, we're using getaurox for the terminal to check out all these price data. This feed is through the CoinEx exchange. All right, so we're on a daily chart using the line, and there is a lot here to look at. So I am going to clean it up, but there really isn't much to talk about yet here other than we have broken through this pink uptrending line. No worries, we've broken it in the past, but it is aggressive, a regressive type of line, and we were wondering if it would hold here at this point, and it didn't. Fine, we'll leave this alone for now. Goodbye. Next, it did break down also the dotted equilibrium line for this potential expansion move outlined in the orange trend lines. Alrighty then, we're going to leave it there because it relates to those orange expanding trend lines. And then the other thing I want to think about here is the reason that, okay, we have an up move here for our potential fifth wave of that expanding triangle, potential. Word of the day is potential. Here we are definitely coming down to this level here, but there is the potential to continue further down, and that would bring us into an encounter with the 20-day moving average in the middle of the Bollinger Bands. The very nice possibility of bouncing off of that region and then making our way higher to continue that move in the expansive triangle, the final fifth wave. Otherwise, I think if we go below this 20-day and we really don't bounce back hard, to me, that's going to most likely say, I don't think we're going here in an expanding triangle type of form. And in fact, that might confirm more so this, this sideways box that we have with the lows and the highs relatively within this box since, we've been in this boxy area since really end of April. April 28th is when it entered this region. And if you want to draw it to the top here and to the top here, well, then that would even be, yeah, a little bit of a higher box. But anyway, this is where we are. We're looking for a bounce off this 20-period average. Other than that, in terms of like some other indicator like a RSI, all we want to make sure is that we do not create some sort of bearish divergence by having the price. See, what would really be nice. Well, no, see, we don't want that. I'm not even going to go there. Forget it, friends. Sorry, that tangent never happened. It was a potential tangent that did not occur. Thank the Lord, of whichever form you prefer. And if you are of the type who prefers the formless, well, welcome, friends of the formless and the void. All right, so yeah, you know, it's looking like potential for some downward movement here over the daily period. So the other option, of course, is a continued up move, and this is just a little bit of a local down move. This local smaller histogram will then continue into maybe a bigger histogram similar to this type of action, but we are quite low here. Anyway, we'll see how that plays out. These are lagging and not leading. So that's about it for now. BTC against the pirate chain. All right. We'll see what happens. Looking forward to seeing you around in the next couple of days. All right. Next few days. Oh, and the other thing I want to say, thank goodness I remembered, because that was potentially going to be something I would wish I had remembered. So I did mention around here's our time frame. I was looking, 9, 10, even 11 of June for a potential move up. Later after that, I started thinking, maybe it's not this week, because the thought was maybe this is a down week, and then the next week is the potential up week. So this is now obvious that this week is most likely a down and then sideways week, or just a massively down week, because we're only Tuesday. And Wednesday tends to be a heavy dump day. Fridays can be a heavy dump day too, and even Sundays. But recently people have been expecting things that haven't been happening, myself included, in some ways. However, yeah, we're just trying to watch it play out here. And I'm guessing some down and sideways, but I think the main action is with the USD pairs because of the BTC action against USD. And the alts are relatively holding their own against the BTC pair. So having said that, we're going to move into the ARRR chart after I get there. So here we are. Now, what do we want to think about this? This is a 4-hour price chart for the the ARRUSDT pair. Same exchange, okay, CoinEx exchange. So we've made a huge run up, massive thousands of % moves to the upside. And then this is a line chart with closing prices, right? 4-hour chart. We were fighting with this cloud here, Ichimoku. We made a Kumo twist here, but we couldn't hold it to stay above a green cloud, and now we are below. Unfortunately, that video I made the other day, I was mentioning, and I never said it in the next one because it really got more deep into alternations. But this area here, after we had gone down below, tested the 20-period average, we held it here, went above, couldn't break the cloud again and hold it. We tried here, breaking, couldn't hold it. Came down below, broke down below it, came up to try and figure things out. It held as resistance. At that point, that was weakness for me. And then when we were coming here, the longer, we were coming here sideways, which was okay, potential we could come back over. Oops, stop following the the line chart and come with me. We could have come above the 20-period average, but because as we were going sideways, it was coming down to meet, but in the 20-period average, I mean. But then the price just couldn't really contest that area. And when we start with some form of impulse looking move. So what I mean is the longer we stay below this 20-period average and then don't find our way at least even close to it to test it and get above it, by this point, you start seeing it go down again. And then it makes a lower high, and then it starts breaking this low here. It's evident at that point that you might want to consider. This is for short-term moves, right? This is the other thing you might want to consider when you see this, is that you might want to consider getting your hands ready to make a catch somewhere down here, because at this point the Bollinger Band is kind of getting narrower. It looks big here, especially relative to down here, but it compared to the big moves, it was narrowing enough. We broke down below it once, came back inside, and now we are back below it again, and then back inside. So what is going on here? Interesting. Well, firstly, the 4-hour candle here that is current actually was just pointing up down here. So nothing is closed yet, but here's the idea. Are we done the down move? Is this an impulse down, just a small impulse down, or are we looking for this as a part of a bigger impulse down? Or is this one impulse down, but we haven't made, let's say, the final down wave yet? So how could we check that? How could we think about it? How could we figure it out. What we'll do is, firstly, make sure where we might want to start the count. Okay, so friends of Ichimoku, we are going to say goodbye to the cloud itself, but you should stick around. Okay, and Bollinger Band friends, you got to stick around because we are going to just look at how it interacts with the outside of Bollinger Band, because yeah, if we make another move down, there's possibility of not breaking the Bollinger Band and that being that final support. There's also possibilities with this channel. So let's start to think about it. We have, are we going to start our impulse here, or are we going to start our impulse here? Is it or is it in that case? Whoops. In that case, might make a difference, because this wave here, 1 and 2, could spell a 3, 4, and a 5. However, one thing I'm noticing is there is a bit of alternation. Coming back to that rule of alternation, I see alternation in, not in time, because they both last 1 unit of time. From here to here is 1 unit, but there is some alternation, it looks like, in severity, but we'll have to check that out. Definitely in price level, there's alternation, but there's no alternation in intricacy or construction. So in that case, maybe this itself is just one mono wave move, one poly wave move, which is itself just the outline of an impulse move. Otherwise, what's happening here is this is the third wave together, and we're going to get a bit more of a subdivided and or time, long in time correction, and that'll be the fourth wave for a final setting up for a final fifth wave impulse down. All right, does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. So that where we start to count matters, but also even starting our count here is still unclear. It could be, let's just play Friends of Elliot Wave, join us here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but like I said here, there's nothing. Like the main thing is this little bit of a difference here in this third wave. So we could say for sure that this is a subdivided third wave in the lightest of terms. And so, yeah, you get a bit more than a poly wave here. You get a bit of a multi-wave, but it's so weak as a multi-wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is one possibility, means we're done here. And, we might come down lower as a bit of a retracement of the fifth wave retracement. So we get a retracement after the fifth wave, and then it itself will retrace before going higher towards the third and fourth waves price zone. Yeah, but that's one option. The other option, though, is that we get something like this. And either the fifth wave is, in here and it's failing somewhere in here, right? Like even like this, we might get something like this. Whatever. There are this kind of option, okay, where we get some sort of fifth wave failure. The other option is we get a fifth wave which is lower, okay. And so if we did want to go and check levels, there's a convenient level for us. I would say fine, go there. Okay, if that's the case, all right, that is the other possibility in the RUSD price. Do I think we would close here? No. And do I think the fifth wave would be this long? No. Why? Okay, the main reason is, I'll let you think about that. I just want to make another statement here. You done thinking about it? No, I can't continue. That was a potential violation of certain rights of copying. Okay, because this third wave here would be, oops, my bad. Let's do this again. Sorry, folks. 1, 2, 3, we said, and then roughly, and then some sort of 4 here. And then we said a 5, right? Well, this 5 is so long compared to this 1, and the 3 is so extended that just doesn't make sense, especially in such a, oh, I'm pointing with my hand. I love this. Especially with such a simple a simple impulse wave as this would be. Although it would be more complex, yes, but then in its complexity, I believe it brings something more like some sort of failure, because that just also seems right as well. And then we can get some sideways choppiness, and let's see. Anyway, we're really gonna see, and maybe we'll get a wick down to here. I definitely could see wicking down to here, but we're working on closing, right? So closing could be lower, and it could be similar level. Okay, and if it's really a failure, then it could be even higher. So we'll watch how that starts to play out. But that was that option where we still have a bit lower to go, or we still have more time to go sideways and then continue down. The other option now is that we've finished the impulse move itself. So yeah, let's see. The one thing being that oftentimes when you have the impulse, the 0 to 2 trend line becomes an area where you can have, like as a channel, becomes an area where you can have failures, or the 5th wave will run. It also becomes an area where the 3rd wave really confirms and gets into an area where, sorry, the 4th wave confirms and gets into an area where it's going to end and then continue as a 5th wave. Sorry, so I was saying that the 4th wave is going to usually work its way into this channel, but not completely break down of it. And if it does break down, it'll come back up. But yeah, it'll work its way in the channel, and then it'll make its next impulse, final impulse, and which will often be contained within that channel if you're getting some sort of failure. So the channeling can be helpful for us to see where it might move and how it might move. Okay. Awesome. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you, and we'll watch it play out, and I look forward to seeing which way it's going to play out. And then we can count it again or take a look and see. Now, having said that, one thing I didn't do, which I did want to do, is I wanted to show you also about starting the count. Well, how do I know start it here instead of here? Okay, so one way to check that out, according to the Neely method here, friends of Glenn Neely and the Neo Wave Neely method, mastering Elliot Wave, you have this one thing about the impulses is that the impulse wave, the retracement wave cannot be more than 61.8% retraced. Otherwise, that invalidates the overall move as an impulse because it basically breaks the trend. So as you can see clearly here, we didn't even get past the 0.5 retracing line, which I believe is called the GAN line, relating to WD GAN. Fact check me on that. I have not done any, if at all, much research on Sir GAN. I know he's not actually an official Sir, but this is Komodo unofficial, so we are all unofficial around here. Although we are all official pirates, that's for sure. That's for sure. If you are interested in anything else, just let me know. And that's going to be about it for now. We see where we are here. I'm going for the 4-hour chart. So yeah, you see that we didn't break that 61.8% is the green line, right? So we didn't break that. So we are definitely in track trend. So that makes me feel like this is probably a nice 1, 2 there. And then most likely 3, 4, 5 based on this. But then again, this could be an even more complex 3. So it's like, why did I say most likely? I actually think that it's most likely that this is the 3, and that tomorrow we get some sort of down day, but today's down day is going to have taken a lot of the oomph out of tomorrow's down day in the BTC USD pricing. All right, and then we'll see if we can get any 4-hour divergences. We'll check that out on the next video, okay? I'm going to first look, before I end, I'm going to first look at the daily chart just to see where are we. Yeah, there we go. So we broke down below the 20-day moving average. So what does that mean? I'm looking for, if we confluence that with the channel here that we created. Interesting. If we confluence with this channel, the price is here. Tomorrow, whoops, this is the 8th, this is the 9th. So even by tomorrow, if it's not a down day, yeah, we could, well, see, that was a 4-hour chart. So even by tomorrow, we could be lower again, right? Or even at the same level with a finished 5th wave, right? So we might go back, test even the line, and then it might come after that. We might not use this channel at all for what's going to happen. Okay, so I'll do a little bit more searching about channels, but other than that, I hope you're doing well, staying hydrated, getting your rest, staying well rested. I didn't get the longest amount of sleep that I needed last night, and that definitely affected me this morning. I could tell as I was looking at the information. I just, my brain was not able to absorb it. I was not as comfortable. So anyway, all to say, reminding you to get that good rest. It was definitely a great reminder for me as a perfect example in real life experience of how it feels when I don't get my rest. And it's a good, it lets me know, it indicates. So anyway, that's about it. So we're just gonna briefly look back at the 4-hour chart here and see the time frame for movements into this channel. So yes, June 9th, we are already potentially there, and then June 9th, and then June 9th, and then June 9th, and then June 9th, and then June 9th. So June 9th can take us all the way over here. Let's see, tomorrow we will definitely know, and then by the day after that, by June 10, we'll definitely know what's happening around this channeling. Okay, maybe we're done. We've hit 2 times already outside of the Bollinger Bands. That it usually doesn't have so much momentum that it can go forever. So let's see. All right, and forever there was a hyperbole, right? Yeah. Okay. Bye everyone for now. Looking forward to talk to you soon. Take care.